What's up everybody, it's Max Digital here. In this video we're going to compare the Pixel 4a 5G with the Apple iPhone XR. So both of these phones offer really great value for both the new price and the used price, very closely related. The Pixel 4a 5G is $500 brand new, and the iPhone XR is also being sold at this time for $500. You could get these used. The Pixel 4a 5G, you can get it for anywhere from around the upper $300 all the way to like in the 400s. Apple iPhone XR, you can get a really great deal used. You can get these under $300, like a place from Swappa or something here in the US. But anyways, let's get into more details on why these phones are a good comparison. So the main thing to remember with these two phones is that they are the budget versions of their flagship counterparts. The Pixel 4a 5G is a budget alternative to the Pixel 5, and the iPhone XR is a budget version of iPhone 11, Pro, 12s, anything like that, and it's still a very nice phone today. Next, the obvious difference is the Pixel 4a has 5G while the iPhone XR is LTE. It shouldn't matter too much to a lot of people because most of your apps are going to run just fine at LTE. But if you're lucky enough to be in a 5G coverage area with good speeds, this will be really awesome if you care about downloading, uploading, and watching high quality video without any type of buffering or slowdowns. So both of these phones are almost similar in size. The Pixel 4a 5G and the iPhone XR are about 6 inches tall. The Pixel 4a weighs 5.9 ounces, while the iPhone XR weighs 6.8 ounces. So you got a more hefty iPhone XR. That's a little bit due to the build quality. You got on plastic design all around on the Pixel 4a, while the iPhone XR has that premium feeling with that glass back. Both of these phones offer dual SIM capability, one physical SIM for each phone, and then an eSIM on either of these. So this is good for travelers or if you just want to pop in and out different data plans. There's no water and dust resistance on the Pixel 4a 5G, but you do get IP67 dust and water resistance on the iPhone XR, which you could submerge it fully in water up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. On the Pixel 4a 5G, you get an OLED HDR display. The iPhone XR has a liquid retina IPS LCD display. Pixel 4a screen size is 6.2 inches. The iPhone XR has a 6.1 inch screen. So both of these are similar size with the screen. The Pixel 4a 5G has 84% screen to body ratio. iPhone XR is less. It is at 79% screen to body ratio. So thinner bezels all around on the Pixel 4a 5G. The resolution on these devices, the Pixel 4a is 1080 by 2340. The iPhone XR is 828 by 1792. Pixel 4a is 413 ppi, 326 ppi on the iPhone XR. Both of these devices are pretty much going to give you a really nice screen. They're not going to be the best screens compared to their flagships, but these are going to be very pleasing to the eye. Next is software. We have the Pixel 4a 5G running Android 11 with a stock version of Android. iPhone XR has iOS 12 when it launched, but now it's running iOS 14. But the good thing about both of these devices is that both of these phones come from their direct manufacturer. So you're going to get updates on both of these devices from Google and from Apple. The processor on the Pixel 4a 5G is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G, and iPhone XR is the Apple A12 Bionic. Both of these processors are not the newest or not the best in today's smartphone world, but these will definitely do the job, and it'll power pretty much every app that's out there in the respective app stores. Except I could see the Pixel 4a may be slowing down a little bit when it comes to heavy gaming or heavy video editing. I have a little bit more faith in the iPhone XR to handle those tasks better. For the internal storage, the Pixel 4a 5G has 128 gigs of storage, which is double the 64 gigs found on the iPhone XR. And the Pixel 4a wins in this one. It doesn't even offer micro SD card slot, but it still wins by default, as opposed to the 10R, which you have to pay more to get the 128 or 256 gig model. But at used prices, you can get similarly good deals and upgrade your storage that way. For the RAM, the Pixel 4a 5G has 6 gigs, while there's only 3 gigs on the iPhone 10R. But don't let that fool you. I think both of these amounts of RAM are good for their respective operating systems and their respective devices. 6 gigs is plenty enough for the Google phone, while the Apple iPhone has 3 gigs, which is used very efficiently by iOS. So you should have a lot of different apps open and you shouldn't have problems. For the camera setup, the Pixel 4a 5G has a 12.2 megapixel main camera and a 16 megapixel ultra wide. The iPhone 10R has a single 12 megapixel camera. So both of these phones do have very good cameras. They're not the best. There's not 4 or 3 different cameras, but the Pixel 4a does have that nice ultra wide option on there. So depending on if you take ultra wide shots, you might prefer the Pixel 4a 5G, but regardless, both of these phones will take nice and crispy videos and pictures. Now for the video, you both could record in 4K, which is good, but I don't think a lot of people take advantage of 4K. Moving on to the selfie camera, the Pixel 4a 5G has an 8 megapixel shooter, while you get a 7 megapixel shooter on the iPhone 10R. Both record in 1080p. So the front cameras are pretty similar. They should both be very, very nice. A bonus on the Pixel 4a 5G, it comes with a headphone jack. So if you haven't embraced wireless headphones, you could plug in your headphones, you could plug in your mic, and hook it up to your car with an aux cord to listen to music. While the iPhone 10R, you need to buy a dongle for it. There's no headphone jack, so there's a big plus for the 4a 5G. Both of these have Bluetooth 5.0. Very underrated feature, because this is the way that you connect your smartwatch and your wireless headphones. So, but both of these devices on this version of Bluetooth will definitely be good for connecting all your devices. Both phones are equipped with NFC, and they're mostly used for payments. Charging port, you got USB Type-C on the 4a 5G, and you have a Lightning port on the iPhone 10R. Very standard ports for the respective operating systems. I think the Type-C port is very underrated, because it could also be used for the same charging method on computers and laptops and MacBooks and Chromebooks, tablets and iPads and all types of devices, while the Lightning port is exclusively used for Apple connected devices. So next is how you unlock these devices. You have a reliable old school rear fingerprint mount on the Pixel 4a 5G, which is okay, and you get Face ID to solely unlock the iPhone 10R. Both of these are very reliable ways of opening your phone, unlocking your phone. The iPhone 10R is like the first budget phone to offer Face ID, so that's the appeal of that phone when it first came out. The Pixel 4a 5G is using just a reliable rear fingerprint method, and which is okay. Both of these are just fine. Next, we have battery, very important in a cell phone, very important to me. The Pixel 4a has a okay battery, has 3,885 milliamps, while the iPhone 10R has 2,942 milliamps. See, that battery is smaller than the Pixel 4a, but iOS utilizes battery very, very efficiently. The iPhone 10R is a very impressive phone for battery, I gotta say. Comparing that to the Pixel 4a, the 4a, being around 4,000 milliamps, will get you through most of the day. But I gotta say that these are very closely tied. You should get most days without worrying too much about battery. But if you do manage to tax your phone on battery, both of these are equipped with fast charging. You got 18 watts on the 4a 5G, and you got 15 watts on the iPhone 10R. Both of these should be good to top off and really quickly, in around 30 minutes or less. You also get MagSafe charging on the iPhone 10R. And there's no wireless charging on the Pixel 4a 5G. In conclusion, these two devices are very nice budget options if you don't want to spend the money on a flagship. I'm very impressed by the 4a 5G, by obviously having 5G, But the 10R is still such a champ when it comes to battery. It still offers a lot of value if you want to get Face ID and you don't want to spend $1,000 on a iPhone 12 Pro. The storage on the Pixel 4a is pretty impressive, 128 gigs. That should be the standard now for storage. A little bit low on the base model for the iPhone 10R is 64 gigs. But overall, I mean, you're getting a premium feel on the iPhone 10R, while the Pixel 4a 5G has a plastic feeling, but it does have that wide camera angle on there. So each of these have a lot of benefits, and you won't be disappointed with either one. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.